So let's move on to the next step. Right now, I want to edit the name and position held of the employee. Right now, let's move on to that our application. You can see that you are not able to edit the username or a password, right? This is happening because I have set that click handler to delete the employees whenever I press on click. Let me comment it. So now you can see I'm not able to edit the position held or name. This is happening because whenever you are editing, though the editing happens, it is not reflected in the state. Whatever the view, this app.js component is showing is the employee state. Okay. To to see the whatever the user types, you have to edit the state. You have to give the state from that employee component to the app component through event on change. You have to implement on change in the child component, that is the employee component, and you have to make the change the state in the app.js so that you will be able to see the change whatever the user types in name and position held. So let me do it how we can uh, make the user employee name and position held editable. Okay, for that the first step will be to as I told you, you have to add a on change. On change, I will convert it into. There is a change event handler. Can when you do on change event handler, and here, and you have to tell the function which you want it to get called whenever on change happens on the name. Okay, I will change write something on name change handler. Okay, I am writing this so that whenever the change happens, I am intimating the class component, the parent, that is the app component, that some changes happen, and I will also be passing the value which is changed by the user. Using this, the app.js will change the state that particular employee where the user edits the name. Okay, so let me go here, and instead of on click handler, I will write whatever the name you mentioned here, right? Yeah, I mentioned on name change handler, right? I will write the name. Okay, and I will delete all this so that you are more clear what we are doing. Okay, for this you have to write the event to update the state. Okay, with the changed value of the user. So let me write a function. Since I'm going to write JavaScript, I'm putting it in flower braces, and I will write something here. And I want the changed value, right, from the user, right? For that, I will make use of the event. Passed from the this event is being exposed by React. So I will make use of that event to change the value. So on change event.target.value will give you the changed value. Okay. So as a first step, I can also console log and show the event to you. Okay. The changed value is present in this event. So whenever I change anything, right, you can see that it should be printed in your console. You see some event is getting called. In this, if you go for target.value, you should be able to see the value. Many even print should give the value. Just see. you are able to see event.target.value is giving you the value, right? So you have to modify it using this event.target.value. You have to modify the state, that particular employee state. Okay. So what I will do is, and I also need the index because we have a list of employees. I will also use the index that also will be passed here. Okay. Sorry. So change it here. The map will be able to give you the index. Okay. You pass this target value and the index to something here, a function here. Change name. I will name the function as change name, and you give the value here. The event dot and the change value of the user. Okay. The user type that will be available in event.target.value, and the index because you have a list of employees, right? Okay. So this change name has to be written here. Okay. And this takes in two values, right? It takes in the value, the change value, and the next is the index, which is a number. So using these two, we can change the state, right? This dot employees, we can actually, the best practice will be you take a copy of this state dot employees. Okay. To take the copy of the employees, you can use the destructuring operator. Okay. And we can assign it to some employees, constant employees. Okay, I've just made a copy from the whatever is present in that state.employees, and in this you change the value employees index, that particular index, and dot name because we are changing the name to the value what was entered by the user. Okay, and with this employee you set state now. Set state employees and the new employee what you created now, right? So using this array destructuring, I've just created a copy of the employees, new employee object, actually array object. In that array, I'm going to that particular index, changing the value and setting state. Now, if you see whether you are able to edit the value or not. Hmm, it is saying employees cannot set property name of undefined. It is saying maybe what issue I made. Not sure what is happening here. Hmm. Sorry about this. I've done a small issue here. Okay. The index should come from this map, not from this. Okay. That's why I think the issue has happened. Let me check now. It should work now. Okay. So now you can see we are able to change the value. So based on the index, we are changing the state now. Okay. Hope this is clear. The same way you can change it for the position held also. Here also you can add it. On change, you can add on change event for position held and have it as position change handler. On position, you just copy the name, you add it here as well. you write this method also here. Uh, just need to copy this method for position held also. Okay. So let me have this method. Sorry. And you just copy the name here. So here also it can be changed, but you can write a function called change position. Okay. And here write a file called change position. Change position. Okay. And here it is position held. Now if you do this, you should be able to change the position and name. Maybe you should be able to edit the position held. Okay. So now we are able to do this step, that is we are able to edit both the employee name and position held. Okay. Let's proceed with the next step.